So I'm fiddling with some plants here that are completely fascinating. No roots. Roots, if you do find them, which are very, very small and almost a sub-thought of the plant, they're called air plants, also known affectionately as Tillandsias. That's their botanical name. In fact, there's 650 species of these. Can you believe it? 650 different varieties. They all belong to the family Bromeliads, Bromeliaceae. So that's the big mama, and they are one of the offshoots of it. And you can understand why, because some of them, like this guy on the back here, looks very similar to a bromeliad. And you can see there's a bromeliad down there. So you can see why they're related. There are many different species. They all reign from and hail from originally in the Mexicos. So northern Mexico, Argentina, southeast of America, to the Caribbean even. And that's where they all come from. But some from the forests, some from the deserts, and some from the mountains. So although they're all the same, they diversify in where they can live. Like this guy over here. This is Tillandsia xerographica. And you can see he's big, it's like a dinner plate. Medusa-like leaves that come off, looks like the snakes off its head. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. But you can see its foliage is very grey and very fine hairs on the leaf surface. When it's grey, that means that it probably came from the desert areas. Getting the name xeroscaping, meaning dry. And then you've got this guy over here, this is Feldhoffii, also with tiny hairs, but going towards more of the green. So that gives you an indication that it needs less sunlight. They get beautiful flowers. Come and have a look here. Lovely flowers. Here's a little flower spike coming off this guy. And you can see they can be suspended. You can attach them to pieces of driftwood like this, where you can have your entire collection. And once you start collecting them, they're a bit addictive, like any gardening. Right down to these fine little anemone-like ones. But either way, you can even have them in just a glass bowl. And you've seen that in some of the decor magazines, where there's one lonely Tillandsia sitting in a big glass bowl. Well, in that case, in terms of watering and care, especially if it's indoors and it's dry, you need to take that little guy out once every 3 weeks and dunk him into water. Leave him there for 2 to 3 hours. That's the way he rehydrates, okay? If they're growing in areas like this, in a condition like in this little covered orchid house, then what you would simply do is just take a little spray bottle, and as you're wandering around, probably every second or third day, you would just give them a little spritz. There we go. Nice and easy. They reproduce, they create little pups. You can also grow them quite easily from seed. Just have something underneath them like a bit of shade cloth so you can actually catch the seed. Leave the shade cloth there, the seed will fall, and these miniature, incy-wincy, tiny little things will actually start growing. But they are on fascination, and the more you start collecting, the more the mind grows.